Oh, yeah.
What's happening, guys?
We'll remove this.
Yep, 5 minutes is up.
Goes fast.
Welcome to the gathering point, everybody. We're pretty excited tonight. We're going to Pumpkin Town. We're going to be hanging out there all evening for about 2 hours. I think we're going to be hanging out like right down in Town Square, aren't we?
I think so. Town Square, Pumpkin Town.
Yeah.
Somewhere right around there.
For sure. I know that's where all the action is, at least.
It's a good time.
Yep. Someday we'll have to take our mobile unit to Pumpkin Town.
That's going to happen, and it's happened before, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
But, yep, here we are, folks. This is show 127. Right there. It's a beautiful day in the shop. We made a lot of great stuff today. A lot's happening, and we're here for another beautiful show where we're kicking it into harvest season. And it's going down. We got some really cool things to show you. We got some fresh garb over here that's going to be a part of a future project, but it's a beautiful lineup that we got going on here tonight. I'm going to have Marcy come grab the camera because we have no idea where the camera is and if we're in it or not. But she's coming.
Sorry about that, guys. I just sneezed in everybody's ear, but at least it's through the non-Sniff-O-Matic camera app.
That's good.
Yeah, the Sniff-O-Matic, you can sneeze on somebody right through your phone.
Oh.
And I know they heard me. I just tried to jump out of the screen.
Whoa.
So,
well, let's take a look at the board here. Let's see what we got going on. We got some beautiful things for tonight. Couple custom orders, and yeah, if you want to grab the camera and pull it over here, we'll get a nice up-close action on what's going on. Show 127, folks. We got 2 custom orders, which means we're booked for tonight's show. We only do 2 because we got to leave room for the warmer-upper, which we're going to be doing some pumpkin-themed action, the artist choice pumpkin-themed action,
yep,
and then the giveaway, which will certainly be pumpkin-themed.
That's right.
And we got 2 awesome custom orders. We've got another artist choice piece here for Tanya, folks. This is, she went down the line over a period, a nice slug of shows, and she picked one from each of the artists here, of the family members, and she wanted to get a custom piece done from each of us. So we've done Chris, or we've done myself, we've done Michelle, and now it's time for Chris. So he's got something pretty special lined up for her.
Oh yeah, Tanya.
For Jennifer down here, who's got a pretty darn good collection going of our glass, she is getting a custom gnome with a spider on the hat.
Got a black recluse.
That's right. So this is going to be the first of its kind. It's going to be a collaboration. I'm going to make the gnome. I'm going to hand it to Chris. He's going to put a spider on the hat, and we're going to make an incredible custom piece. We got the colors all figured out. She contemplated, she came in the gallery, looked at a couple pumpkins, saw the harvest theme that she liked, and
then came up with the gnome.
And then came up with the gnome. So it's going to be a sweet show. A lot of pumpkin action. We've got a beautiful featured product table for you all for starters and for accent pieces to add to your collection. And we're going to get it under the way. Do you want to explain what the challenge is today?
Well, I kind of thought I had something, but you guys had something else, right?
Yeah, well, we were thinking, we have done that one before.
I don't remember.
We were doing, he came up with the idea of the largest patty in one gather on the Marlboro. We have done that. I think I was victorious.
Huh?
But
I know it didn't happen
I think we should try, with the glass, to spell one word in one gather. You drip it on the Marlboro in cursive, and you write out a word, and we will all vote on who we think wrote down the word the best. What do you think about that, Mom?
Everybody can think of their own word?
No, one word, and probably is going to be pumpkin, but...
No way. You can't write out pumpkin. You got to think of something like the letter I.
I was going to say love.
Love? Huh?
Happy.
Happy?
Happy.
Hot?
I was looking for something.
Let's do hot. I think that's really all the letters you're going to get.
All right, we'll try hot, folks. You obviously see we've got the challenge planned out here, but we like to wing it each time and have something different going on. So that's what we're gonna do. We pulled straws for this one, so I'm gonna go first, and then
I'm going second.
Chris is going second, Marcy and Michelle.
Because I just remembered that I pulled the second longest straw.
So here we go, folks. I'm gonna gather one up, and we got the trophy way over there, and it's gonna be another name added to the trophy, folks. Michelle's gonna be grabbing it to show everybody what this is all about. This is just a challenge for the glass blowers to get us in the competitive and creative mindset. So here we go.
Only tool you can use is a tweezers.
No tool, I thought.
You're gonna have to break it off.
Okay, sure. Yep.
So we're going for the word hot, which is probably one of the most important words in dealing with glass blowing. When someone's learning how to blow glass, that word is said so many times. I mean, thousands of times. You get tired of hearing it. Get it hotter. You gotta have it hot. Show them the sign. Gotta have it hot. That's what I'm talking about. And obviously we're gonna have to do it in cursive, folks, because we're not cutting each letter. So you're gonna have to write in cursive. So hopefully a few of these youngsters know how to write in cursive.
Yes, I do.
You do?
Of course I do.
All right, well, I just wanted to double check. I don't know.
My print actually looks like it.
When I used to have to walk to school for 25 miles barefoot and write cursive the same time in the winter
Here it
in my
goes now.
notebook.
Both directions.
All right, here we go. Get on there. Get right on it so you see. Looking for the word hot.
Nope.
Looks a little bit harder than we thought.
Whoa! Now that was close,
Maybe
folks.
we could use the tweezers only to have resist points. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When you're doing the letters, because it might be nice to stop the glass and go down and stop the glass. So why don't you do another one and use that? Because I honestly do think, from a professional opinion, that it's impossible. So we're gonna try it another way. That's right. Even if you just get a really nice letter H and nobody else does. Victorious.
All right.
Here we go now, folks. Get on in there.
All right, bye, Mom. Have a great night. There we go.
It's pretty close.
It looks really close.
H, if this was longer here, it would literally say hot. If I had that right there, look at. If that doesn't say hot, then
Well, what's this?
I don't know what you're looking at. That's part of the H. Boom, H, H,
Oh.
O, T.
I see.
It's pretty good.
Well, that's not cursive, but that's okay. It's close, though.
So everybody, considering how much you know about glass, in the chat, let's see a rating from 1 to 10 of how you think I did on this one.
Get that
And we'll
punny
go
out of
down
there.
the line.
Let's go ahead and show it. Get up straight on there.
There it is. Now remember, that's the H, O, T. It spells hot.
All right.
Now to slide it over here, maybe it'll get saved. But we'll see what we got. If I had to rate myself, I'll wait till you all put your ratings in. But here goes Chris. I think it's a good idea with the tweezers. Obviously that first one was tough. I was thinking about on the way over if we had some sort of marver that had ribs in it or anything that you could have holding onto the glass and you could pull it and it would stick. You pull it to the next spot, then it might be easier. But that's a slippery marver. Just how we like it. That's nice. So Chris is using a really large pipe. That's fair. That's very fair. and going into the copper blue.
That's right.
So I had 4 nice pipes, all the same size over here for all of us to use, right in the clear where we're using the color we're using. But hey, here we go. What? Here he comes. Whoa. Nice. Now there's no extra points for color, folks.
Yeah, in fact, I think that should be.
Just get on down there. No one said I couldn't use color. No one said
I
it.
think it should be a handicap, minus 5 points.
No, wait, look
Minus
at that.
5
That
points.
looks pretty sweet, you guys. Look. Cursive H-O-T.
That's an E.
This is an H, but it just happened to get a little drawn out, but it's a little wonky, but it's still an H. Then the O.
That's technically an E. We
So,
both technically did E.
come on, give me some points, everybody. I love you all. Look at amazing, and it's a cool blue.
All right,
Right
let's
here on
see
the
your
marker.
votes on there, folks. Toss your votes into the chat. I'm gonna start surveying what's going on here. And I'd love to also hear how everybody's doing tonight. It's a beautiful day. It was a beautiful long weekend. 3 days out at the Renaissance Festival. Marcy was there for one of them, and it was a wild and long time.
Did you say that we were a couple of wild and crazy guys?
Yes, and you actually did see
There
a
she
Facebook
comes.
live stream. Here she comes in fast. She's moving. Oh. Uh-oh. Oh. Uh-oh. What? Oh.
She's thinking.
What? It's an H. She's got the H. Oh!
Dun, dun, dun.
Look at the lip. Oh, goodness.
All right, hand over that camera while Marcy gets ready. Now, I'll tell you, it is a gallant, amazing-looking H. So Michelle's got an H. It's pretty darn good. 1/3 of the word. Jake's got something going on over here.
Folks, we're gonna need, you better just hold on to your numbers before, until we get to the end of the show, because we're gonna need to see the names next to each number. I'm looking at the numbers now, and all I see is a number. I don't know whose is whose.
Yeah, you just got to say each person.
But Jane gave you a 6.5. That's pretty good.
Out of 1,000.
Out of 1,000.
All right, here comes Marcy.
Marcy's got a nice gather. She's coming in hot. She's coming in soupy.
Oh,
She throws it down now. A nice thick H first letter here. She's pulling it. She's folding it. She's twisting it. Chris is missing all the action.
no.
There it is. Ooh, there's the O, folks. Nice pull, nice pull. She's coming back around now to T-Town. Ooh. Getting chilly. Burn.
Oh!
She's gonna reconnect it, or
She's
at least
gonna try to
let it sit
re-glue
there.
it. Huh!
Oh,
We got a huh.
baby.
It's a hoe. Ha! Oh.
Oh, ho, ho.
There
it
it
is not the
is.
holiday season yet,
That is
folks.
the correct O, though. That is the correct O.
That is a nice O. That's
a
probably the
pretty
best
fancy
of all the
O.
O's.
I don't know. This O
Let's
right
line
here
them
is
up
looking
right
pretty
now.
good to me.
Oh, yeah?
That's right.
We're going to line them right up here, folks. So, in consequential order, I don't know if that's the right word or not, but let's take a gander, folks. You got
Here we are.
Jacob.
Here we go.
Scale 1 to 5.
One,
got Chris.
What's the scale? 1 to 10.
1 to 5. Let's do 1 to
Oh,
5.
1 to 5. There is Jacob's spelling out the letter or the word hot. Looking pretty good. Now we're moving over to Chris's.
Who's going to tell the users off? Someone has to go back on Facebook, or maybe someone wants
Youch, that door's hot now. She just opened the door up right here on me, guys. Yow!
Perfect.
Then after me was Michelle was over here. She got the sweet H going on. And that was
Very
it.
nice.
Ran out of glass. And then Marcy got the hoe right here. The H-O.
That's a hit. That's a
Yep,
hit.
and nobody sees that through the camera, Marcy, so that's perfect.
That's a
So we got a lot of great votes for me. We got some good votes for Chris, and a lot of love and support for these other two on the right here. So
Right.
we're gonna have to have somebody. If somebody sees all the comments here, we're gonna get blowing glass right meow. So if somebody sees all the comments, tally them up for us, and somebody in the Glass Academy Addicts may have a decisive winner for us.
It's okay, you can just say the blue one.
No.
Ah-ha-ha.
Sorry about all
All
that.
right, well now we're on to the warmer upper, folks.
Yeah,
And
let's
the
get
warmer
down to
upper
it.
is gonna get Jake warm. Yep, look at right here. This is what happens when you blow glass all day. Check out the sleeve. See that mark? Yep, that's what it is, the face wipe.
Oh yeah.
Yep. All right, well Jake's getting gathered up thinking about that. I'm gonna show you guys the feature table here. It's the starter pack I hear from tech support over in the corner. We got a lot of nice pumps around here. We got a little perps one right here. That one is a beautiful perps. Let's hold it up to the, oh, there goes the number. Sorry, my hands aren't that delicate, so the number just went flying. Whoop, number 7. Well, this is a beaut. Number 9's gorgeous. Number 13's a good traditional. The green little ones are sweet. Look at that. Those 10, 11, and 12 look beautiful together, but you can mix and match. A little white one. Every time I see seeds for a white pumpkin and I grow them, I want a big pumpkin, and I end up getting one that size. I think that's such a scam. I never saw a big white pumpkin. Number 5, though, I love it. So that's it. This is going live at 6:30, everybody. And isn't there some other stuff going live at 6:30, Michelle?
Okay, that's what I was trying to get at. I need a mic.
Oh, you need a mic?
Let me just stand next to you while we watch Jake.
Alrighty.
I'm on this side because I'm closer. Okay, so everyone knows 10-10. That's what you want to remember. That is when we're going to have our giant, enormous, super fun, getting it all planned out, pumpkin party.
Oh
You want to
yeah.
come to that because you're going to see how the pumpkins are made. But I know some of you can't make it. I know some of you are excited now. For the first year ever, this is our 13th year, but our first year ever, we are releasing our collection tonight in September. Usually we do not do this until October. We are 1 month ahead of the game.
And you mean, you're talking
proud.
online collection?
Yeah.
Have we ever done that before at all?
Never.
Yeah, so everything, the pumpkin season this year, the big unveiling, the big show, and all the amazing festivities are happening online this year, guys. And I honestly can't tell you how it's all going to work because Michelle's going to have to. So Michelle's
Well,
going
it's
to...
both online and virtual, but on the 10th, we're going to have a humongous virtual pumpkin show fiesta.
All right,
folks.
so I just talked with the tech support. We're getting a new app. We're going to have some tech support that works with our website. So for this show, you will be right on the website page. We have all kinds of specials that will be happening. It's got little toolbars. It's got a chat bar you can talk on the side. We
Yeah.
have special
So
color patterns.
It's a different platform than we have here.
Yeah.
It's specifically for crazy special events.
It's so cool. The guy, when I was talking to him to make sure the site could do the pieces, he was like, this sounds amazing.
Yeah.
So it's going to be pretty cool. It's 5 hours.
Okay.
There'll be some testimonials in there. There's going to be some guests from the Glass Addicts page that are jumping in to assist that day. And remember,
Maybe some tomfoolery
oh, there's always going to be tomfoolery.
mixed in.
Where do you see all the information about it? On the website?
Coming right next to you, Marcy.
It's on our Facebook Live page, The Gathering Point. And it's going to be, you got to buy a ticket. It's a virtual event, and then you'll get all the information through your ticket as the details come into play.
Well, that's it, folks. That's all that action that went down.
One bench blow, please.
What are you making, Jake?
I'm making a little bit of a snifter here.
A snifter?
Blow.
A pumpkin snifter?
Yes. pumpkin snifter action.
Nice.
And I hit the tight rib mold. So we're gonna blow it out one more time and then we're gonna put a little Avolio on it. But just look at the ribs on this. I'll show you all up close in 1 second here. Just blow real light. That's good, yeah. And this mold has an open bottom, so it left me this beautiful platform for a perfect Avolio right on there.
Nice. So it's
Yeah,
bright
let's do it.
orange, everybody. And really, that orange is going to go away because the heat's going to cool
it
down
green.
from 2,000 degrees to about probably 1,600. And then that orange is going to look brown when it's hot. All the pumpkin crazy pieces we make tonight are all going to look brown when they're on the pipe. But when you pick up the orange out of the frit tray, that's when it's the true color. And I'll show you right now. Look at them all. Here's our pumpkin colors.
Yep. And I got spots of gold on this one actually as well, on top of the orange.
Really? Gold speckles?
That's right.
And this is going to be a pumpkin Pilsner?
Oh, just a
Tulip?
snifter. I'm gonna do a little Avolio and just put a nice clean foot on it. Maybe like one leaf on it just for a little love and just open it right up. Simple,
I like it.
but pumpkin-y.
Remember that time we made that custom order where we took a bunch of pumpkin twists and laid them all over them?
Pumpkin twists, like curls.
Yeah.
I do. I think that was for Tanya.
Yeah.
Mom made that one.
We could do that on there tonight too, maybe on
that
one of them.
sounds pretty hard.
Just wrap it around the outside of the piece. So it's not a handle, but there's still a present stem.
Oh yeah.
Jake's in the lead.
Yeah, Jake's in the lead.
It's got the cut on it. Have to torch it. Well, I'll believe it when I see it, because mine said hot. There's no
Oh, just the
rules on
paddle
colors.
first.
Here's your paddle. All right, she's ready.
Wheel of names
130,
is getting lined up.
130 names on the wheel of names tonight, guys. And you remember the awesome piece that we made right here. Check it out.
Beautiful.
A little mini margarita starter glass with an elfin leaf foot on it out of the amazing copper blue. So this is really something where you got to do a margarita, mini margarita with a tequila chaser on top.
Let's do an
That's
Iris
what that
Gold
is.
foot. Footing to a foot.
All right, coming in with housekeeping. Carrie, you asked if the pumpkin show will be recorded. Yes, there is an option to have it recorded. So yes. Ask me other questions so we can make sure we have it all down.
Looking good.
Lots of questions, folks. Remember, this is our first year doing this. And even though we've done 127 live shows since the beginning of the pandemic, we're still learning about this stuff every time as well.
And I like that we're taking this gamble. It's kind of like a big deal. to
It
take
is first ever done, isn't that right?
So
First
we
ever
are-
glass pumpkin show, virtual
that
glass
I'm
pumpkin
aware
show
of.
ever.
Yes.
Yeah,
You
it's pretty
guys can say,
hardcore.
I was there. I saw it. It's going to be fun. We've got a food lineup. We got Bridget in the gallery, Robin that does packing. She's going to be here. We've got some glass addicts that are joining in on this, making sure all your questions are going to be asked. They can work remote on the phone, in the chat box.
Yeah, Karen mentioned in there that it looked like a candle holder. Hey, you know what? You can put a candle in there. It'll look amazing. You can put a little water in it and float a little daisy head in there. That would look amazing too.
Look at the soup being presented here.
What are you asking, tech support? And where do you get them at?
That's good.
On the website. Tickets for the pumpkin show, folks, are $25, and they're on sale on the website. And the date of the show is October 10th, correct? It's a Sunday. And in the month of September, they're $25, and in the month of October, they're how much? They're $30. They're $5 more. So you want to get your pumpkin show tickets in the month of September, guys,
Check
which is
that
this
foot
month
out.
now. Let me look. That looks
That's probably
great.
the nicest footing tool foot I think I've ever done.
And it came off the same side?
What's that?
The same side we've been using on the footing tool?
The same side, the side that we use.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, we got the punty going on now, folks. The punty comes off the pontil rod. The punty rod makes the punty. The chip mark, the pontil mark on the bottom of the piece. Jake sticks it right on center, just like a lathe. That thing is looking really good. And then he's going to put a little drop of water on it. No water, just cold metal. I like that when the glass is the perfect temperature. There you
It's really
go.
weird blowing glass throughout the entire day, because you start the day off and it's bright out and all the sun's shining, the birds are chirping, and then by the end of the day the lighting is completely different. So when she brings that punny over, I was looking at it and it was the color. If I saw that color, thank you, Marcy, at the beginning of the day, I would have stuck it on there and it would have just been like water, and it would have been like, and then just fell right off.
Are you saying that it would have been really buttery?
It would have been really buttery.
That's what I thought you meant.
But I stuck it on there and it was the perfect temperature. It was like taffy and it squished right on there. So you're always adjusting your brain.
Well, I don't know if
to
some of you folks
temperature.
saw us live out at the Michigan Renaissance Festival. Was that on Saturday we ran that, Michelle?
That was Sunday that we did the live video. Monday, that's right. It was
one
a
of the
3-day
days
weekend.
this weekend, a 3-day weekend. Michelle came out and did a Facebook Live of us
green
blowing
one.
glass on stage, and we're thinking about doing it one of the other weekends in September. We're not sure yet, but we're definitely going to have a lot more of the royal glass makers. The Queen could show up. You never know what's going to happen, but we're out there in some
You
crazy
have no
outfit.
idea.
Jake's in like a fur loincloth up on stage, getting completely crazy.
Just don't let the wind blow too hard.
Exactly. All right, we're going for what now? A lip wrap?
Little lip wrappage, and I'm gonna give it the old trim and pluck and trim here. Not too hot though that I lose all my ribs. This is looking really clean. Oh, baby.
Colleen, why does he roll the glass and the pipe?
That's a good question.
Because the glass is moving all the time and you have to keep it moving. And actually, as a professional glass blower, when you've blown for thousands and thousands of hours, whenever you get any type of a pipe type apparatus in your hand, you're spinning it. You should see Jake sweeping the floor. He's spinning that thing around all the time.
It happens in your sleep too.
Yep, it's just a habit. You gotta do it, because if you don't, it'll be off center. It's like saying you're gonna use a lathe, but you're not gonna spin the lathe to get it to work. It's all about moving the piece. See how he's moving it? Look at those hands. It's a
This
great question, though.
A perfect 16 to 17 ounce in beauty. Yes, let's just do one nice leaf on one side of it.
Okay.
What's up, Robin?
Yeah.
I guess. The reason that they throw the glass, whoa, there goes the train. The reason they throw the glass is that one of the most important tools that is a glass blower's tool is gravity. And if Jake just came out and held it towards the ground to let that glass lengthen out and get a bit longer, it would cool so quickly he wouldn't really get it to fall out that much. So when he spins the pipe, that centrifugal force speeds up the lengthening process. You know? This thing's looking good. I'm coming in here for a zoom on it.
I'm ready.
This thing is going to be the Super Pumpkin Tulip glass. And I think he's putting a beautiful leaf on it. Out of some really nice glass. Gets it on there first. He's got a leaf crimping tool. And just like the optical molds, you guys, the leaf crimping tool does,
put a little more green on
it does not make the perfect leaf. It just makes the pattern of a leaf. Once the pattern's done, then you shape the leaf up. You cut some little ridges in it, what have you.
Yeah, so the tool there, the shears felt a little waxy to me, and I was trying to grab the glass
You want a new pair?
and cut it up at a perfect angle. I'm not going to chance on another pair. I think it was hot enough that they're good to go.
All right.
But I was cutting for like an hour, and I literally cut it into one long tentacle. Would have been a beautiful tentacle on there, but I'm looking for a leaf, not a tentacle. And if I was a superhuman, I might have just left that and been really smart about it as a sweet tentacle on the side of it. But
Jake, you are a superhuman.
I'm not a superhuman because
All
I cut
right.
it off.
Well, you are when you're on stage in your loincloth.
That's the truth.
The website is live. I just heard it come through. Tech supports vocal cords. All right. You can buy tickets on the website, guys. Tickets for the virtual show. Plus, check this leaf out. Oh yeah. And even that emerald, beautiful emerald green doesn't look green when it's hot, guys. It looks kind of orange and kind of brown, but when it comes out of that oven, you're gonna be blown away.
All right, how about a stamp on it?
All right, we got a nice little leaf. So that leaf looks like something perfect just to put your finger on when you're taking your sip of some beautiful harvest cider. Look at that
Wait till
thing.
we get the iridescence blinging off all these gold dots on
Oh
here.
yeah, Jake said he's got all kinds of gold dots. Almost like some type of a fungus that would be growing on a pumpkin.
An iridescent, very expensive.
Yeah, this is the GA stamp.
Fungus.
Everyone knows we put that on all of our pieces.
Boy, it's nice having this torch out here.
Yeah, it is. Beautiful. What a warmer-upper. Talk about warming up for the start of the pumpkin season.
I'm warm. Let's
Now, if
get
we were
it.
out at the Renaissance Festival, I'd say, all right, everybody, give them a big round of applause. And everyone would be like, and we'd say, huzzah, and everyone would scream huzzah, and there'd be hundreds of people clapping and getting crazy. And I kind of feel like that's going to happen. We just can't hear you guys.
That's the truth. How about a little bling bling effect on it?
All right, so now check it out. For 1 second, stop spinning, Jake. There you go. See those dots? Now they're going to come out, and they're going to be different because of the reduction inside the glory hole.
Look at that action.
What does that mean?
The colors are going to come out. I want to show them. Now they've got a metallic bling on them. Look at that, guys. That's a nice piece. And that piece will be for sale after it comes out of the annealing oven. It'll be online. We
need some housekeeping after this. I'm going to grab your mic and we're going to go over the pumpkin collections that went live.
Oh, okay, no problem.
These go live on Sunday.
All right, sounds good. Well, you just hold on to that for a second and I'll get the mic going, but you just film everyone. You don't need to be by me. So Jake just took the piece down into the annealing oven, and he's putting it on the right side on the bottom, right? There we go. That turned out beautiful for a warmer-upper. He's all warmed up. Now, I'm passing the microphone off to Michelle because she's going to be doing something.
That one got me warmed up right there, folks.
Sir, could you model for me over here, please?
Model?
Come over here, sir.
I'm all sweaty.
We're just gonna hold it up in front of you. Oh, look at those long sleeves.
Well, you gotta get behind him, Michelle. You gotta get behind him, hands over the shoulder.
You don't have a mic anymore.
Pumpkin action.
Look at the
That
long
is true
sleeves.
pumpkin color. Let's see the back now.
Oh!
Look at that.
We have been
folks.
so hard at work if you just knew what was going on behind the scenes. So these might have something to do with our pumpkin show.
Yes, they
If
might.
you get a ticket, you might find out what these are. What's going to happen to these?
Heck yeah.
So how much are they?
They're not for sale
not,
yet. We're
yeah,
going to
Chris
be
just
making a
asked
part
how
of
much-
the pumpkin show, folks. 10-10
Yes.
virtual
Remember
pumpkin
we
fiesta.
Remember we said we had some surprises and giveaways and different things?
And
Just
so I
saying.
suppose before we get into our custom order, we're going over our pumpkin reveal here.
Well, because this show's crazy different. We have never sold our pumpkins in September. We always do big events in October. But we're changing the style of our company, and we want to make these to order in exactly the colors you guys want. So we came up with...
Well, yeah, I mean, I would say there was really no build up to this at all because this is a
Oh.
pretty big reveal. We've been designing this pumpkin line for the last 2 months. We've been making pumpkins periodically and picking and choosing and putting together and picking out which stems work with which colors. And this is a pretty big reveal of our pumpkins for the 2021 season online for virtual purchase and also our signature pumpkin reveal. Correct?
It is. That's what I mentioned earlier. We've never done this before October. We hold all of this. Even last year when we did the donation one, we didn't reveal it until later in the year.
So did we already let people know on our e-news and send out pictures as well?
So Friday we had our first mishap with our e-news. The Friday e-news that was letting the signature go out did not go out. So Friday there was no contest. Some of you might have noticed that. But we also figured it was a holiday weekend, so
So everybody on the show right now is seeing this for the very first
Yeah.
time.
Before
Well,
everybody else in the e-news.
yeah.
folks, the signature pumpkin is what we do every year. For 13 years now, we've had a signature pumpkin, and we pick an association or a nonprofit or something that we believe in, and we donate proceeds of every single pumpkin of our signature pumpkin that's curated and designed by the Nordine Plusinski family here. And we've picked out and designed our new one for this year. So they're $5 more expensive because we're donating to where?
The National Park Foundation.
National Park
We
Foundation.
figure we get beauty and inspiration from the national parks, so let's put it back. That's last year we went and saw a lot of parks. Some parks are closing in California. You can't even get to them right now. So we know for sure the money's going to a good space.
So that's to keep parks open, to give funds, to make things happen. We think it's a pretty darn cool thing.
And when we'll take the check and we'll do it on the show and let you know.
And this is the signature pumpkin, folks. This is a deep copper ruby. What did we name this guy? Calico,
Yep.
folks. And check him out. Straight mirror iridescent dots upon him. And it's a
Which,
slightly...
real slow.
like, if I'm getting the blue off your shirt,
Right.
right? I think the metallic's gonna have different, it's gonna catch things. Like if it were by this, see how the reflection picks up this orange? So that just tells me that like whatever decor you put it in your house, it's gonna match.
Mm-hmm.
So I do know that people can hear me. I'm just quiet because I'm not one with the mic. I'm on the camera.
Right.
But the signature pumpkin is the designed color pattern, but it comes in multiple styles of pumpkin, right?
That's right.
So this is a gourd.
And we're actually going to have for each of our color lines. So that's our signature pumpkin for the year, folks, that deep, beautiful ruby calico. We have 5 other styles available on the website. And we've got one of each here so that we can show you each size that's available. 7 different sizes.
So that color pattern of the signature pumpkin can go get in every one of these sizes on the table.
Ultra mini. These are solid. These are our top seller. They're called pumpkinettes, folks. One curly, beautiful loop, each one obviously handmade. These are pumpkinettes, GA stamp on the bottom, solid, almost like a paperweight. You got the minis. These are blown.
Yep, that's
Beautiful
the
tiny
small.
stems. These are the smalls. This is one of the color patterns, orange with orange dots. Then you've got, of the medium size and all priced exactly the same, you've got your squatty boy, you've got your regular round, and you've got a gourd, folks. So all 6 of these color patterns are available in all 7 of these shapes and sizes.
Yeah. So on the website, you'll notice this will just be the picture. We're gonna get sizes on there shortly, but like you could do pretend these pumpkins were all the same color. You could do a large with a round and a gourd. Or you might, I mean, don't you feel like Garanimals or that thing that you used to flip when you were a kid that had faces? You might have rounds at home but no gourds. So you could be like, I'm gonna do 2 gourds and a pumpkinette. So it's really cool. You can mix and match them. We'll talk more about that as time goes on, but we just wanted to...
So you pick one size, you can pick one of 7 sizes.
I'm missing one.
With how many patterns?
6.
6 patterns.
They're all on separate pages.
7 sizes. There you go, guys. Hopefully that's not too confusing.
Nothing confusing about it, folks. You'll see it online. We just
Yeah,
wanted
it
to show
looks
off our color
beautiful.
patterns. You got green, orange, beautiful copper blue, pink, this crazy
This
one.
is Cinderella slipper.
I think hand
They all
mounting
have
some of
names.
those so I can get a look at them is good because they don't look good on the table because that's a brown table. When you hold them up in the air, that's when they look nice. That's why the signatures look so
So I
gorgeous
was
when they were up. Look at that one.
Just
So-
gonna give a shout out to Becky. She did a great photo shoot. We took the pictures all in the same setup so that you could see, so the fabric was the same. This one is pink frost, like if the pumpkin was in the patch and the frost came and right on those ribs, it would be frosty.
That's a sweet one.
Cinderella special. Right there.
This one's Cinderella. This one is forest moss.
Green and the ruby deep underneath there. That thing is sweet. GA stamp on the bottom.
We talk about that. The GA stamp will be on everything. This was like, it's almost like orange sherbet, and I put cherry spots to describe the little bright red, well, they're orange actually, dots that are on it.
Makes me want to push them.
I know.
What about the signature?
Granny
Let me see
apple.
That signature one more time.
Let's talk about this
Yeah,
gourd guy.
gourd.
Look at the way the ruby shines through. Did
So
you put
here's
this with
another
some
thing.
lights behind it in a window,
Yeah,
something
yeah.
like that? I mean, Jesus.
If you have natural sunlight that comes through your house and the light goes through that, you're gonna see that vibrant red. If you have it in your home with like some of the fake candles or those really strong lights and you put it around it, it's so stunning. It's so stunning.
Heck yeah. So it's a beautiful reveal, folks. That's we're going to talk more about it, but we spent a lot of time, a lot of effort putting together
Yeah.
that lineup there, and we're proud of it. So that's our first virtual selection of pumpkins for all of you out there.
So what we realized is we put on a big pumpkin show in our studio, and with all the customers we have around the world now, we didn't want them to miss out. So this was a huge endeavor. I want to give a big shout out to Jake to pull all the colors together. Some days he had the wrong orange or just something happened where it was a little different. It took us a couple weeks to get this whole line working, and I'm really impressed.
More than a couple weeks, folks. We were working for a long time in here, all of us, the Glass Academy team, and we're proud of it. So we're going to get back to the show, folks, but please ask us questions. We're going to get back to the comment section. If you got any kind of questions about what's going on, we will be answering questions, letting you know what's going on, and we're pretty excited. It's new stuff. We're figuring it out as we go, so your questions are helpful, but support us as we're doing it, folks.
We're just getting going. There's no giant team behind us. It's fun.
That's right. We are back to the show. The next item is Tanya's custom piece. She's going for a Chris Noradine special Artist choice, folks. We do all kinds of custom orders. An artist choice is when you leave it up to the artist. And Chris is the artist in this scenario. She gave him a price. You've got a price for a Chris Nordine special. And she's going to be letting him take the reins and add to her collection.
All right. So Jake, your assistant, and Marcy's on the camera. Beautiful.
Looks like it. So what are we doing?
We're doing a piece for Tanya, custom, and I'm not telling you.
Mystery piece.
It's gotta, everyone's gotta see it develop before their very eyes. Yeah.
All right, sounds good.
That's what it does. Every time we make a piece, it grows from molten goo to amazing, all about you, Tanya. Kind of tried to rhyme something up there.
Beautiful. All right, well, I'm taking a look at the comments, folks. Frankie's are only at the 1010 show, folks. Those are the tall, wide Frankenstein head specials, and those are at our 1010 virtual event, folks. Very exclusive.
Share and watch. I tried that email. It did not work. I just resent it. See if you get it. If not, we'll figure out plan B.
All right, so I wanted to make sure I didn't take too much because this is going to be a fairly big bowl on the top of this symbolic pumpkin glass. So the bowl's going to be big, but it's not going to be thick. It's going to be thin.
Okay.
So I'm going to have multiple coats of orange on here so that it's nice and opaque, like a pumpkin, right out of the patch.
Right out the patch, folks. Ooh. I might have a hole in my hand after that one. All right. So he's got a couple coats of orange, folks. The pumpkins are on sale on the website. Both all of our new line we just went over and the featured product table for tonight. Take a look down here at the molds, Marcy. Marcy and I were making a lot of pumpkins today, and we got a lot of options to choose from. Big boy even. We didn't make any larges today, but the larges are a good challenge. They keep your forearms strong, and they're pretty sweet.
We've been making some larges on Thursday.
Sure.
We need to.
Yeah.
So this orange is pretty stiff color, guys. Orange notoriously is very stiff, so it takes a little bit to melt it in. And then green, the leaves are going to be real soft, so you got to just kind of work with that when you're blowing glass. The different colors, the different temperatures, different earthly minerals that affect the way the glass moves. It's kind of a little bit of a trip. Blowing air into the blowpipe. And just that moisture in my breath blew that bubble out. I didn't really have to do it at all, but from here on out I will.
That's hollow. He's getting shaped up for the mold. We want to get the pumpkin ribs on there. Depending on what kind of pumpkin you're making, you could even shape that thing for the mold differently. It depends on the mold you're using too. You want to get it prepared for each specific mold. And like you saw a second ago, we got different sizes, different shapes. It's not a completed pumpkin mold by any means. It just puts that texture on there.
One of the nicest things about these pumpkin glasses, whether they're mugs, pilsners, snifters, tulips, they're all about harvest season. And what do you drink a lot of in harvest season? You drink a lot of cider, a lot of apple cider, whether it has alcohol, if it's an alcoholic type of a cider, or just regular apple cider. And I'll tell you what, starting right about now through the end of November, we always have a gallon of cider in the fridge. I love cider. But remember, you can't drink warm cider out of these glasses, everybody. Because warm cider could crack the glass, and we don't want anyone cracking their beautiful pieces. Especially you, Tanya.
No No crackage.
Blow. Keep going. Keep going. Good. That's looking very pumpkin-like.
I'd say.
All right. So now I gotta let this thing. I almost made a pumpkin out of it.
Whoa.
I did. Look at. I started pulling the neck out. But what we're gonna want to do now is make sure that a liquid can be drinking out of this. So Jake, first thing I'm gonna do is put a green little Maurice on the bottom.
Okay.
I'll drop it on top and we'll flatten it, and then it'll allow me to put some leaves on it. So remember I was telling you earlier, it's looking brown. I'm still moving. And whenever you're going to put something on center on the bottom of this piece, you want to make sure that the piece is not moving, because if it's moving when you put it on, it's 10 times practically impossible to get it on center. But this is basically going to be a cool platform I'm putting on there. And I was also thinking about wanting to have the leaves go down a little bit deeper. So I think I am going to make a little Avolio out of this so that we can put the leaves on and it looks like the cup's being held up by the leaves, which I think is going to be super sweet. So making myself a cool pedestal so that we have something to put these leaves on. Watch this. I'm pushing it up onto the piece, but I'm going to leave that nice and chubby, just like that, Jake. So I got room to do everything I need to do. Look at that. It looks kind of like a pacifier. That's what we call a pacifier bit. So, yep, they could be a little on the bigger side. And if it's too big, I'll probably just take 2 off of it, which will work perfect. Try not to mangle the bit up too much. While I'm cutting her up, I'm cutting a rug down at a place called The Jug with a girl named Linda Lou, when in walked a man with a hand-blown goblet in his hand.
Whoa.
And he was looking for you-know-who.
Oh, man.
He said, "Hey there, fella, with your hair colored yellow. What you trying to do?" They
Yeah, I
saved
don't really
that for me.
know about that.
So if anybody didn't know, that was my Leonard Skinner imitation. Cause that might be all for you. Bow, 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 bow. I know Carrie knows what I'm talking about, Carrie. She's cut the rug down at a place called The Jug a few times.
So I just cut off all the extra glass and I grabbed a 3rd leaf. We're going for a set of 3 leaves off the bottom here. So I didn't want to have double the color, a big core of color in the middle
Jake.
there. So I cut it off and just went for clear and went for another fresh. You also just get better heat. If I don't have a cold core on it, I'm going to get a lot better heat within this piece so he can sculpt it the way he wants to sculpt it. You ready for it?
I am.
Oh yeah, what's next?
I'm gonna put another bit on the bottom so I can put the other leaves. Just a small one though, but I'll think about it in a second. This thing is probably going to be the award for Pumpkin Town's PTA group or something. Whoa. All right, so we're just going to do another Evolio, Jake. I think another green one, a smaller green one.
I'm trying to do the same coats, same amount of coats of color on every single bit so that they all match. I'm doing this a healer, so I do one coat. Green is super soft, it melts pretty much instantly into the surface, and I can go directly back in and get another layer with 1.5 coats on it. You pretty much, especially when you got color on these, you're used to making clear Evolio, so you want to get these things as hot as you possibly can when you add color to them, when you present them. This one I'm going to stick around for.
Yeah.
I know we're going to need a paddle here real soon. So he lines it up with the back of the tool. It's a multi-sided tool called the jacks. And he's squishing up one side up onto those 3 leaves. And then together we're squashing this bottom ball real nice and crispy. And he's pulling it out.
Looking good. Nothing like having a sexy little Evolio in there.
It's like a nice pillar shape. There's a lot of pillars on the front of houses around here in Dearborn. Folks really enjoy that aesthetic.
Okay, we're going to Leafy.
What's that?
Leaf Town again. We'll do 3 more leaves just like these.
Oh, yeah. As we get further down here, I'm going to bring each leaf individually, nice and juicy and ready to go.
Why don't you make those in chartreuse in the middle?
That's right, folks. A little different green accent color.
And then we'll use that for the lip wrap as well.
Sounds good. Noticing here there's the slightest change or like lack of vibrancy within the hole, and I think the temperature is down just a little bit, so I'm going to adjust the flame so we get a little more action, because the more heat the better in pretty much every scenario in glass blowing.
Seven. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
So
So this particular piece is going to be a harvest ceremonial magical leafed pumpkin chalice. And it's for ceremonial pumpkin harvest season celebrations, folks.
folks, we'll get to the giveaway question here in a second, but we're going to be giving away a piece tonight, as we do, and we've got another question for you to answer, to enter in whatever we make tonight, the final piece of the show. That'll be next week's giveaway.
Getting cold, I gotta get in there, folks.
Brr. I got number 3. See the core, see that color in there? I cut it all off and I used just the tip of the pipe to gather up some clear glass. And you may not be able to see the difference because that glass is 2,000 degrees, but very important what's happening. 3 nice leaves to sit on. It's looking good.
Yep.
And then I don't want to save this for the punny. When we put on the punny on the bottom here, having green on green is going to be way too soft of a connection onto the bottom to hold this heavier, not necessarily heavier, it's a goblet, but it's a larger piece with leverage to it. So to put green on green would not be cozy. What's up, Sherry? Welcome. Everything's going great. Vicky said we got a storm on the way. It definitely feels that way. It's not a bad thing. But Marcia, would you show them the 3 greens again and point? Because we got, these are the 2 greens we use. That's that chartreuse, a bright green, and that's a deeper kind of leafy green for sure.
So now I gotta make sure this thing's gonna stand perfectly straight. So that's pretty important, guys. Yeah, but that paddle's not straight, so I can't use it, you know? Marcy did mention it, but that one's got a little bit of a warp all over it, so if I put it on there, I don't exactly know how it would flatten it. So I'm gonna have to do it on the bench, which is not that big of a deal. I can even do it on the copper floor, but that's not that flat. So we go for the top of the bench, will be flat enough.
No, after he gets it straightened up, he's going to let things solidify, get him ready to go. So I'm planning ahead a little bit here and getting this punny shaped up. I wanted to give myself some time because the punny is very important on this size and scale and value of a beautiful piece. So I got a sweet, nice, solid, thicker punny here.
Sorry about that, Jacoby. Okay, I'm ready when you are.
Here we go.
Ooh, that's hot. My boot's hot. All right. Talk about a magical harvest chalice.
That's hardcore right there.
I think I saw something like this in the Great Pumpkin Show. Off in the distance, floating around.
So that's chartreuse lip wrap, you got it. So that's the knockoff, folks. We got it flipped around. Now we can open up the opposite side. I'm gonna be bringing over that chartreuse again so we can match that foot. A little bit of color application on the lip.
Well, I guess I'm supposed to be talking, you're saying? I mean, I'm heating the piece up and they're just watching. It's like, I think it's pretty good. I understand. Sure. Thin this out a little bit so it's super comfy to drink out of. All right.
All right.
So now we're putting the lip wrap on, guys. And he's got it ready right now for me, I'm sure.
Yeah, it's coming right now.
Coming out right now. This is going to tie in with that chartreuse green on the top and the bottom, but the deep emerald green is underneath the cup. So it actually boils the magic into the top of this chalice.
How many of you all saw the spontaneous Sweet Renaissance live feed video, folks? If you all saw that, that's on Facebook. If anyone who watches our show virtually and isn't a Glass Academy addict or isn't able to visit our gallery, visit the Ren Fair and see what we're doing on the weekends here now, posted a pretty sweet video of one of the demonstrations we were doing. We had some hecklers up in the front right corner giving me a really hard time on the microphone, and
They were getting you.
they were getting me good. And I think Chris was making a what?
What was I making?
Custom, some kind of custom.
Custom piece?
Did a lot of customs. On Sunday, we were completely book solid in customs. We just did demos all day long. People in the audience heckling us and getting crazy. Yeah, little flair to it. That's nice.
Ooh-wee, folks.
Triple leaf pumpkin harvest special goblet. Oh my God.
So we got to put the stamperoonie on there now, the GA stamp, everybody. You know we can't forget that. That's the signature of everything we make at the Glass Academy, the GA stamp. We got these little bronze stamps, and you're anywhere in the U.S. and now lately over the last year and a half, anywhere even abroad, and you see a super sweet piece, there's probably going to be a GA stamp on it, folks. Nice.
Oh, sounds like Julie Finn bought us a kombucha, which is a
bust it
sweet
open.
drink that we got. And it's already gone.
Well, that's no good.
Oh, well,
All
thanks,
right,
Julie.
Here we go. There it is, Tanya.
That is a sweetie. Do it with the white wall behind us, the best way to appreciate a piece. Stand right here, Marcy. There it is. Yeah.
And remind you, that's going to turn bright pumpkin orange because that's a pumpkin mug, a pumpkin chalice, guys.
So now we're going to get it off of the pipe, and if you notice our knockoff station over here, we were prepared for pumpkins. We were making them all day. We got our looping tool, we've got our special spoon, we've got multiple different shears and tweezers, the knockoff, shears there for Marcy, this awesome brick. This thing's nice. So we'll put that away because it's way too nice to be showing you all on camera. But here we go. He's going to knock it off nice and gentle. I'm going to torch away those little sharp edges from where it broke. It came off beautiful.
Trusty butter knife.
Ooh. The key here is the ratio of heating the bottom and getting it away while it's still got some heat. Now, I want to melt this in as smooth as I can. You never want to scratch yourself on the bottom of your piece, but we probably only have another 5 to 10 seconds before that piece would actually just crack from the air, the stormy air inside the studio here. Oh yeah. Woohoo, Tanya. That's a beaut. All right. Miss you, girl. That was a sweetie.
That was a nice one.
We're getting into pumpkin mode. We made a couple on this during this weekend at the Ren Fair because we didn't have any. We made our first 2 pumpkin mugs. And so that is the first and the largest, probably, goblet chalice I've ever seen. But that one is a really nice one. So Tanya, you got another piece there. Add it to the collection. And let's take it over here. Let's look at the board real quick and see what we got going on. Tanya's piece, now we're jumping into another custom order, folks. This is for Jennifer. She's gotten a couple pieces from us as well. She knows how it goes to get a custom piece on the live feed. She's gonna be watching her custom gnome with a spider on the hat made right now. And I suppose before we do that, let's take a look at the featured product table, folks. We're starting it off nice and small, nice and tiny with our accents and our starter pumpkins to get your foot in the door and get you understanding what it's like to own a handmade glass pumpkin and have that in your windowsill or on your bathroom stoop or wherever you like to appreciate your handmade sweet glass. We got some really cool ones up here, folks. I think a few of these have multiples on them. And the way we do multiples is we hand make them just to match. We got the same colors. We do it as best as we can to try, but they're all handmade. And these stems, every single stem curls and falls down in a different direction. And that's pretty much what is the coolest thing about handmade pumpkins. Look at the way this one just falls down the side, number 13 here. Pretty cool. And so every time you order one, you're gonna get more or less curls, and you could specify if you like more or less curls, but the little pumpkinettes, the solid boys, all are just one good loop, or maybe a little extra twist up here, like on number 10. But they're super cute. And these are some beauties. Iridescent dots, very similar to the signature this year. You got the iridescent bling bling blue GA stamp on the bottom of all of them, folks. We're going into pumpkin season, and this is a great time to support your local artists. And you all know how it goes. That's a beautiful display right there. And a little more pumpkin action for you. It's going to be a beautiful season of harvest action. We're going to get acorns going and leaves and all kinds of other really cool things throughout the year. So stick with us. But we're moving on to another custom order here. Any words?
Moving on. Yes, you want to get a ticket for the 1010 show because that's where you're going to see squashers, you're going to see pumpkins that you can put tea lights in, you're going to see behind the scenes, never been seen before footage.
Never been seen.
Van Gogh, how we do the color. There's 7 different powders that go in our super Van Gogh. This is like a mild Van Gogh, the mugs and stuff you've seen, but this one, because of the powders, we have it in a very special area, and it's fascinating.
It's hardcore, and a little more sneak peek into what's going on our October 10th show. Take a look at the cane we've got laid out here, and some of the cane work we've been doing on our Thursday show. We're going to actually be picking up long, beautiful pieces of cane like this and creating, for the first time ever, and only available on our October 10th show, cane pumpkins, folks. And we're only going to make so many. By the way they take, the amount of time they take, I'd say we're going to make no more than 10 cane pumpkins. But you'll need to have a ticket. You'll need to be watching with us on the show to have an opportunity to get after those sweet, one-of-a-kind specials. So consider that, folks, and we're going to get on to our next custom order.
You know what we haven't talked about yet?
What's that?
The question.
Oh!
The question tonight is,
check it out.
What's your pumpkin style? Fantasy, Van Gogh, traditional, round, or a squasher? Which one is it? We got a squatter and a squasher, so it could be any of those. But that's what you want to send to enews@glassacademy.com, folks. I think Michelle said that we had 178 people in the contest to win this beautiful little mini margarita magic elfin leaf special that we did for the
yeah.
giveaway last week. But what's your favorite pumpkin style? And it should be a style of pumpkin that is one of the Glass Academy's pumpkin. We just named them off: Fantasy, Van Gogh, Traditional, Round, Squatter, and a Squasher. The Squasher is the one that sits sideways and is all tweaked out. So send that to enews@glassacademy.com. Jacob's going to be working on Jennifer's custom gnome now. That's right there, free glass, folks. We've been doing that out at the Michigan Renaissance Festival too. Every day, there's 16 days out at the festival, we do something at 6 o'clock called The Big Show. And last night, Jake and I made a battle axe. It was crazy. We made a battle axe with a shot glass on the back of the handle so that when you got done killing that ogre with it, you could do a shot of some magical potion or something. But it was pretty cool. People loved it. It was like this big. It was out of control. It wasn't on video, but it did get into the annealing oven. So we'll make sure we'll get a shot of that and show you guys on the next live feed because it's pretty darn sweet.
Yeah, that was hardcore.
Yeah, it was.
Dad, will you cycle out a couple of these colors for me?
Yep.
So here's the plan for this one, folks. We went through multiple sweet ideas, and Jennifer had put it together herself. She was going through the gallery, picking out her pumpkins. She wants to be a harvest theme gnome with a black, an iridescent, not an iridescent, metallic black sweet spider on the hat. And she decided on this orange. It's the darker of two of the oranges that we use the most around here, and it's going to be swirled with iris gold for the hat. So it's going to be a Van Gogh swirled hat. Accent colors, white beard, and then I think we left it up to the artist's choice. So we said gold brown hands and feet. So we got the gold brown here. It's a different type of darker iridescence, which is really awesome. And we're just going to get right on down to it here. Just pour out our two colors that we love using. Boom, boom. Wipe off the marker so we don't pick up any random colors we don't want to be using. And I'm going to gather it up.
Marcy, at some point tonight, you're going to have to show a crazy, sloppy, swigging swig out of your hydro flask. All right. Love it when it comes out ice cold, guys. All right. He's gathering up a molten gather over here, folks. He's gathering up on a solid, large punty because the body of these gnomes is solid. These things are pretty heavy. I would even say they're well beyond a paperweight. They would be like a plate steel weight. They hold steel down. These guys are hardcore. They're pretty muscular, and they've got a big attitude, too. Gnomes normally have big attitudes because they got big feet and they got big beards, and they got big noses. So I think with those three things, a big nose, big beard, a big nose, big beard, big feet, and a big attitude. Big everything. They got a big attitude. They're ornery, man. Those guys are huge. They can pick up a rock like 10 times their size over their head. It's true.
We did actually make the first of its kind, an ultra-large gnome here this past weekend at the Renaissance Festival. Some Glass Academy addicts had shown up and requested a crazy giant gnome. Heckled themselves into getting a giant gnome custom made.
Yeah, they're going to pass it amongst the 6 of them. As every time they go out on an occasion with all 6 of them together, they pass that gnome to somebody else, and they get to take it home and keep it until the next time the 6 of them go out. It's a pretty cool tradition.
It is pretty sweet.
Yeah. Marcy, are you bringing bits for this gnome?
I have no idea what's going on.
Yeah, I think Marcy could bring some bits for me for sure.
All right. There she goes, and she's going to take a swig right now, isn't she? That's right.
Out of her brand new,
Brand-new
hydro
hydro
flask,
flask.
folks.
And who is that compliments of? Michelle?
Glass Academy addicts.
Julie
got-
Finn and the Glass Addicts.
Julie Finn actually bought me a Yeti one all by herself.
Really?
Yeah. And then Sharon, Tanya, and blanking out the other two. I already wrote your thank you notes, by the way, so they'll be coming.
Nice. Well, wait, over here. We got to see it up close. There. Got a little bit of it pouring out.
Sure, that'd be great, yeah.
All
we're
right.
gonna go for 2 gold brown on the far right there. Feet.
Tech support, aka Super Glass Blower, is gonna get on the pipe and bring some. You're gonna bring in the beard. Nice. All right, so Marcy's over there gathering up the glass. Here she comes through the tropical foliage. Speedy Gonzalez. Marcy does know that you need to hustle when you're bringing a bit because you got to move around because that allows the glass to stay hotter longer, everybody.
2. It's always some mind trickery understanding which side I need to put the feet on because I'm trying to think about the way it would sit and whether it's leaning up or backwards, where the wider side is to sit on.
So are you saying that your own mind plays trickery on you?
Precisely.
Wow. That's got to be a serious problem for a glass blower. Glass blowers and helicopter pilots, both of those people alike would have a serious
Marble that off.
problem
I'll use that one more
when they
time.
have mind trickery going on, everybody. Well, all day we're in here working in the studio, and I'm saying to myself the whole time, I got a whole bunch of work to do after the live show. And then while I'm doing the live show, I start to slow down a little
just
bit.
forget all the work, but you know what? We drove today, and tomorrow's the commercial shoot, so.
Oh, we're doing the commercial filming tomorrow with the big film crew. It's going to be
Yep.
cool, guys.
Yep, 8 a.m.
Yep. I think we're probably just going to get a hotel in Pumpkin Town, aren't we?
Yeah, I think so.
Yep.
We're here to stay.
Ready?
Yep.
I think we're in Pumpkin Town until like December 1st.
I can't believe it's getting dark again.
It is pretty wild.
That's boot number 2.
So I love
Jennifer, I
using-
hope you're watching, girl, because this is your gnome. Jake's making it a little bit tough on me. He's going to have to put a big hat on it because I'm going to have to try to make a tiny little spider, but maybe the spider's just going to have the whole top of the gnome's head engulfed.
Right off bits, but we need a couple bigger putties for the hat and stuff that's coming.
Yeah, one large big punny will be awesome for the hat there. Now we're gonna put a nice big hat on this guy, and he's gonna be looking correct.
Linda Freitag was just commenting how she was wondering when you were going to cut your hair.
I don't know when I'm gonna cut my hair.
He just cut it. If you didn't see him before he cut it, he was actually
I'm ready.
tripping on it. He was walking around and it was down by his feet.
Now up next is the Fu
Here's some
Manchu,
serious
folks.
beard action, guys.
That's a nice juicy bit right there.
So Hunty and the person doesn't know.
Oh, man, I got all zoomed in and ready to go, and bam, he took off to the heat source over here. But I'm going back in, you guys, so you can see it. Watch. I'm the Zoom Master. Ooh, I like that move where the beard went down in between his boots.
Oh yeah, just hanging. It's not a he either.
Yeah, no gender. These are gnomes are genderless.
Yeah.
And I don't even think we've had this conversation. They hatch. No, they just are born under rocks.
I think, yeah, there's some like under the rock kind of like There's like, you know, when those mushrooms that have the round mushrooms that you step on them or you squish them and they have that like
Puffballs.
puffball spore sendage.
Yeah.
I think that's very similar to the way that goes.
Some would say that you're putting the punty right up that gnome's butt, and that's hot. Yow! No wonder they're ornery. At least the ones we make. I'd be
Thank
pretty
you.
upset myself.
So we got him flipped around now. You can see he's got a nice round tush for sitting on the floor. Marcy is gathering up a sweet schnoz.
Color's ready.
Color's on there. She's ready to go.
Gold brown.
There's Marcy.
Somehow
right
she
there.
magically did that behind the scenes
Thanks,
over in
Marcy.
like the back corner of the shop.
Ready?
I'm ready. She is ready to go. And that's the nice thing of having two assistants. It's, when it came to gnome season, we had a lot of people running around the shop.
So that's the schnoz right there?
That's the schnozzer. The hat I'm just going to handle because I'm going to Van Gogh it. So I'm just going to have Marcy hold on to the pipe for me.
There's a baby punty up and the white one.
Thank you very much.
Look at he's using the water knife.
It was the one from the nose. It's got glass on it.
The
Beautiful.
gnome nose is really buttery,
Definitely nice
folks.
and juicy, and I'm going to gather up a Van Gogh
Buttery.
special hat.
I'm thinking maybe there should be a gnome, and all he has for feet are two giant big toes.
Whoa!
Yeah. With like a big old nail on him, like so it's just like a hoof.
Isn't that what he already has?
No, he has boots, I think.
Well, who knows? Right now
He
they look
knows
brown.
what's up.
Who gnomes?
The gnomes.
You see the size of this hat. It's twice as big as the actual gnome itself.
That's right, because they need a big hat to hide under.
And I'm getting a couple coats of this beautiful orange that Jen had picked out in multiple different sizes too. I went for a nice strong big grain, now I'm going for a tinier grain. Then I'm gonna get dots of the gold all over it, and then I'm gonna Van Gogh the heck out of it. Thank you, Marcy.
A lot of comments on you slapping the nose around.
Whoa, I'm gonna handle the bench here in a sec. Thank you. It's Van Gogh time. Yeah, he's got some juice, I like
So
it.
Jake's gonna Van Gogh up the hat. So the Van Gogh technique is something that we developed a long time ago, guys, and it's not just the pumpkins. We do Van Gogh mugs, Van Gogh pumpkins, Van Gogh chicks, Van Gogh ornaments, Van Gogh everything, and now we're doing Van Gogh gnome hats. Check it out. And if you're not familiar with our Van Gogh color pattern technique, what it is it's something similar to the Van Gogh painting Starry Night. If you look up into the sky and all those swirling clouds and blues and whites, and a little bit of yellow from the moon, it's all about that. It's super fun. We love it. We
I
love
got a bunch of
Vincent.
swirls in it right now.
Vincent is one good guy. Was. How many people saw the Vincent Van Gogh show, guys? The one that's been traveling around city to city. Michelle and I are going to see that, and I just hope I didn't forget when it was, but I got to look at my calendar. Oh boy.
Not right now.
Nope, not now. Still working on the gnome experience.
Okay, for those of you who know us, you know we make owls and acorns.
Who gnomes us?
So those things are coming, but I will say on the special show is when we're gonna do, someone suggested an owl sitting on a pumpkin.
Yeah.
So that special show, we've got some things up our sleeve. This is your chance when you answer the e-news question tonight to tell us what kind of things you
I'm
want
ready.
to see.
I mean, remember how we made, for a long time ago, we made all
Thank
those
you. 100%
birds
juice
on branches? I know, they were cool looking, and we sold quite a few, but we had a lot left over. They weren't the hottest seller. But what if we put a,
So now,
what if we put
wait,
a
wait.
owl on there?
when the customers send in stuff, Then
Yeah,
we know.
if
We know.
if everybody out there says they really want to see and really might want to purchase a cool, crazy branch with an owl on it, then we might make
Yes.
one. Because we won't be cranking out 50 owls on branches.
Nice soup,
Look
nice
at this.
soup. Drop it down for me.
You
I
got
can't.
it. Ooh, baby. He's got it. He's got it. It's working. It's leaning. Keep it going. It's going perfect. I love
know,
it.
It's looking great.
Look at that Van Gogh technique. You guys, I actually apologize. I think I was staring right at it, and then I stopped looking at it through the camera and started looking at it myself. Yes. And that leaves it perfect. I love that. Nice spot for the spider on one side. Looking good.
You doing spider or is he doing spider?
I'm doing spider, but not yet because there's still a lot more to do for him over there. It's really hot. So he's putting the final touches on this puppy. He's going to have to put a GA stamp on it. He's going to making sure that the hat is just looking good. That hat is looking pretty creamy. Ooh! He just gave it the old special. That might be like the pigtail curl.
Yeah. Pigtail curl. It's beautifully went on sideways, so there is a perfect spot for the
Spider.
spider.
I think my spidey senses are tingling.
Nice. Oh my God, the swirls on this are unlike any
What were the colors on the hat?
Van Gogh hat we've done here. It's orange and gold.
Show me up close once you get it solidified and not moving too much.
We'll get the stamp on her real quick next to one of these beautiful swirls on the left side. Nomi's right side, our left side.
So is he a right-footed gnome? Because he's got no arms. Must be right-footed.
Yeah,
Leads with his right.
That's right.
that's right.
He probably puts one foot in front of the other.
Oh, quick, grab the tongs, grab the tongs.
It
grab the
broke.
tongs.
No tongs needed. Oh. Well,
Off the
that's
punny,
all right. That happens.
folks.
You guys see it live here at the Glass Academy. It was an amazing gnome. It was looking unbelievable. And it came off the punty at the last minute, which is always ridiculously, what would the word
Painful.
be? Painful. Jake is pissed, everybody. There he is, pissed live on camera. And he doesn't want to see, anyone wants to see him. But here is part of the piece right there. It flew off. It was a gorgeous looking gnome. Marcy's trying to pick it up and put it into the bucket so it doesn't explode. But you know, that's what happens, guys. We are pretty good glass blowers, and to see something like that happen is an educational experience for you folks to know that everything doesn't make it off the blowpipe. Most of the time it does for us here at the Glass Academy, but it wouldn't be true glass blowing if something like that didn't happen. And my guess would be that it was just a little bit maybe of a weak area on the punty as he was pressing in that GA stamp. Final little deal on the piece, and kawammy. But we do know this happened once out at the festival this weekend too, and the second piece always turns out even cooler. So Jennifer, you're the one. You're gonna get to see this one again. Right now, we're getting on it. But you know what that means, folks. We're probably going into a little OT, which is okay. It's okay. We got the special goodness here, guys. The pumpkin starter collection right here. Looking good. I actually love the blue night color in the windows in the back. I wish I could save that picture. I don't know how to do it while I got the camera going, but check out the long section of the windows in the back with that cool blue gray. I just love that. That's it. All right, Jake's got the gather going here again. He shook it off.
We're doing it right now.
He shook it off. He was just telling somebody about this out at the Renaissance Festival. It's just like golf. when you're ready to go and you drive a perfect shot on a par 4 and you're only like, you chip it and you're 2 feet from the hole and you can birdie it and you putt it and you flub the dub. I guess that was a gnome flub the dubber.
That's exactly what that was.
But he just shook it off and he's making another one and it's going to be perfectly fine. Wow. And you know the thing about that was that everybody jumped about 3 feet off the ground when it hit the ground because it didn't hit the ground really soft. It didn't just fall off. It like jumped off like a beast. We got Michelle over here. I saw her. She was running in place for like 2 minutes. She's like, get the plate, get the plate.
All right, well, at least we got this guy a little taller this time. He might have been a little top heavy on the last one. So that's what I'm gonna change about this second piece here.
Nice. Jake, your defeat looks beautiful on your face. You look fine. I mean, you guys would have seen the same thing happening to me if Tanya's piece would have fell off. I would have been pissed.
Golly, folks.
I think Michelle might be bringing a beard. Is it about time for the beard, mister?
In a minute here.
I don't know if it's ready. He'll call you when it's ready, but I am ready at any point in time to get a pit stop, folks. And that pit stop is...
just hold it up for a sec.
Yep, the pit stop is going to go right now as soon as they put this one boot on. All right, and then after the gnome is the wheel of names.
So Robin had a great suggestion during our live show in October to have like a giant spinny wheel. But we've got so much going on that we're just going to do wheel of names because we have a couple different prizes that we're doing that show, so we'll spin it multiple times.
Well, since we were talking about the Muppet Show at Greenfield Village, everybody, I wanted to mention, if anyone saw that, they just had the Jim Henson Muppet Show there, and we went and saw him, and I saw my old favorite character, the Count. And the Count was the one who used to say, I think he used to say something like 10 apple pies, and that guy would just fall down the stairs with 10 apple pies on Sesame Street. But does anyone remember the Count on, what was the name of that dance show, Michelle? That was Soul Train. It doesn't matter. Some people are from Detroit, but Soul Train was a live dance show, and there was a guy who was called the Count because he had a black cape on, and he kind of looked like a vampire, and he'd be spinning around acting like the Count.
And no wonder our parents don't want us watching it. Hey, look at my genetic.
All right, we're going for another beard, and now don't forget, Jake, you got to slap around the nose too.
Right. Beautiful sound when you cut the glass when it's juicy.
Yeah, when it's juicy or buttery. We're going to have to define a few parameters around juicy and buttery, folks, because those are some pretty good terms that describe the way you need to have the glass to get it to do what you want. Look at right there in between the boots again.
Yeah, just bigger. More glass on the tip.
That punty could be just a little juicier or a little butterier. Actually, I don't think a punty would ever be juicy or buttery, would it?
I think that's not quite the right terminology.
Yeah, see, the punny has to be just the right stickiness. That's right.
Yes.
I think this is a 7.2 on the sticky scale.
Stick scale, yeah.
Wait a minute, that brings me back to sticky lollies.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
That's right. Who's watching from Sticky Lollies, folks? We're just talking about the sticky scale in a little bit of a different way. But also, as he's punting that up, folks, bam. What's your favorite pumpkin style? Fantasy, Van Gogh, traditional, round, squatter, or squasher? And send it to enews@glassacademy.com to win the giveaway piece tonight.
Sweet.
That we're going to be making during OT.
Going
Wheel
right
of
in the
names after this
schnozzling.
amazing gnome, and this is
Yep.
what we're raffling off from last week, you guys. The Super Shooter Motive Candle Margarita Tequila Glass with the elfin leaf foot on it. The best thing about that piece is the color, folks. That's just ridiculous. Got the schnozzer going on now.
I know we say it every time, but I don't think there's ever been a time that I've broken a piece and remade it and had the second one be worse than the first one.
I know.
It's like, as frustrated as
Love
I get.
taps, little love smack.
Let me get him on center now because he can't be all off center when he's.
Oh yeah, there's the tap. Smacking around, smacking the nose. Nice. That one he got a little bit, because the other one got rambunctious. He gave it a few extra smacks on the nose just to make sure that he doesn't try hopping off the punty. You don't need any more of that.
Just got to keep him in place.
So on to the giant hat, folks. Once the hat's done, we're going to put a spider on this little gnome's hat for Jennifer. This is a custom order for her. Anyone out there who's not watching our show, you guys, and we were preaching this all weekend. We did so many custom orders. I bet you we did 25, 30 custom orders over 3 days out at the festival. But if you can watch something being made before your very eyes, and that's the coolest thing about this live glass blowing show, is that you can call up, you can send a connection through the website on the custom order form to Jake. He'll reach out to you, and you guys will talk, discuss, and design your custom piece, and we make it right here on Tuesday nights before your very eyes. Yeah, that's right, folks. Call now. 1-800-625-2000, Control Data Institute. Remember that one? Yeah. 1-888-pumpkin. That's right, folks. Does pumpkin have 7 letters in it? Pumpkin. Get on the phone tech support and try to get that number for us. Pumpkin.
Just need to get a little extra gold on there.
I like it. I know Count Scary. He was amazing. Count Dracula, but it was Count Scary. It was Sir Graves Gassely was the guy in Detroit, guys, and the Ghoul and Bill Kennedy. Bill Kennedy at the movies on Sunday afternoons at 1. He just Van Gogh'd the living heck out of that. His hand looked like some type of rotary tool. Look at it. It's still moving. Oh boy. That is one hot gnome.
Coming out.
Okay, this is it. This is the big boy now.
All right. Let's
Getting
do it.
ready for the Gnome Hat Drop.
Thank you.
I'm gonna get right up in here, folks, and this time I'm not gonna lose focus.
Give it a little downward pressure for me because these aren't grabbing. There's a little action on them.
I promise I will not lose focus. That nose is looking a little bit slapped around. I like it. Oh, he's still giving it a little extra.
I'm ready. Beautiful. Just let it hang now.
Oh, yeah. Look at this guy.
Lift up a little bit. Beautiful. Nice.
As Borat would say, very nice. If every time I moved the camera it made that noise, it'd be sweet.
Like hydraulics.
No, that would be like... He's going for it, folks. That's looking pretty cool. That might give me enough room for some serious spider action.
Look at that. Just pushed it right down over his eyes.
Nice.
Now I got that bottom thickness right over his schnoz. And I'm gonna heat up just the tip here and give it the spin.
You going for the piggy special?
I think so.
All right.
I think it's what looks best. Thanks, Marcy.
You got a
Little
nice side. You got
security.
one side. Looks like the perfect side for the old Spidey.
Alrighty.
Making sure he's got a nice heat on that.
Yeah, this guy's not going anywhere.
All right, this was the crucial point last time, folks, when the gnome went buck wild, but now he's gonna be just fine. Did you hear that? That was the air coming out of his hat. So he's equalizing the heat now, folks. And at some point in time, right about now, we're gonna trade up and he's gonna pass it on to me. Hold it right there, Jake, 'cause that's perfect.
You see the swirls going on up there?
Oh yeah, I'm zooming in real close now. Oh yes, look at those Van Gogh swirls. There's the GA stamp on the back. There's the schnoz. Woo-wee.
Those are iridescent boots and schnoz.
All right, so I'm passing off the camera to Marcy here, and we're gonna put a spider on this guy.
A little extra love just for the heck of it. Thanks, Marcy. Wheel of names right while we get the handoff. It's perfect timing.
Well, we're not done with the piece.
Yeah. So we're giving away the mini margarita glass out of copper blue. Elaine Toth. Ooh.
All right, actually, Jake, I gotta make the body, so you still gotta hold this guy
Oh,
when
yeah.
the time's right. It's gonna have to be kind of a small one, but we can do it.
So it looks like he's going to make the body first of this spider. So I'm going to let this just solidify a little more, get my temperatures equal, because I can even tell now still that that hat is super hot compared to the body of this piece. Kind of. He's got some great rear buttocks muscle action too. Look at that. He's really just popping a squat right there.
Maximicus.
Oh yeah, nice and cozy. Switcheroo.
Yep, there he is.
Not too hot.
I think just kind of hot. That's going to be looking good. I'm going to bring him right up over here. Straight up. Steady right there, lift. Oh boy, he's looking like an evil spider, folks. Okay, need a few small bits. What'd you say? Doesn't matter. We got time. He's gonna bring me two off of this bit anyways, at least. So.
So we're doing. There'll be 4 bits I'm bringing because you're cutting them into 2.
Yep. Miking them all off of there.
Strong spider.
Yep. He's climbing, man. He's climbing.
High stepping for sure.
Gotta be careful with the quick flashes. I need one more flash after this, Jake. Just going to melt that black. Get a big heat on the gnome himself.
I think it's good right now. Wow. It's definitely getting dark. It's crazy. No storm yet, though. And this will be the stamp. Oh no, he's got the stamp on his hat. Even better.
He is scary looking.
We gotta reduce it right at the very end here. I get a little love on the torch. On the punny here.
It's a serious spider.
Yeah,
Big boy.
that guy's hardcore. This is like the spider from Harry Potter that's like eating all those people and chasing after those guys.
The legs are so fragile, guys, that I want to heat the gnome up, who's super thick and solid, but I got to keep cooling the legs to make sure I get enough heat into the gnome every time I go in. But it's the nice thing about it is it's reducing it. Check that out up close. Give me a little zoom. Nice gnome, Jake. Nice gnome. Reduction now. Bringing the bling out.
Bling coming out and feet in the nose. Yeah.
Looking good. I think he's ready to go the ways.
It's probably the most detailed gnome we may
Jennifer,
have ever made.
that is sweet.
Right on its side over here for a little hot booty torchage.
I like it. Marcy, could you get a quick shot of this before we put this guy away? Check this out.
Yeah.
Just because he needed that. Woo! Working good. We got some time, and I'll get the old tongaroonies.
I got him right here.
Get 'em. Indentation.
Cozy.
The
Yes,
old
back
booty
leg.
has been fixed perfectly.
Smack that leg.
Come on, Betsy, what's my way? Ready, Jake?
Yep.
Oh, he shifted. It scared me.
Nice. Nice and cozy.
Sleeping in there just right. Nice job. Jennifer, that's a sweetie for you, girl.
Oh my gosh.
Wonder Twin powers activate.
That one was hardcore, folks. That took all of our brain power to make it happen, but it turned out really nice. And I'm excited to see the Van Gogh hat because it looked dark there, as do most oranges, but the iridescence, the bling bling, and the Van Gogh. There we go, Elaine. Congratulations. This sweet, one-of-a-kind copper blue tick. Look at the color in the foot there. Look at all that.
Just electric.
I mean,
Highlighter blue.
jeez. That's a beauty. So that's the giveaway, folks. Tonight, obviously, it's 8 o'clock, so we're not going to be making a giveaway.
What?
We're going to be picking out a piece, a sweet piece. Could be one of our pumpkins, one of our featured pumpkins for the first person ever to get next week. Our brand new sweet pumpkin patch action.
Man, I thought we were making a little mini shot pumpkin mug or something.
My brain is completely melted, folks, so there's absolutely nothing more that's happening right now.
All right, well, it was a beautiful show, 127, guys. You know what's coming up. It's pumpkin season. Had a really nice time tonight, made a few really sweet custom pieces. Maybe give people a sneak peek at the thing again. But that's it, we're gonna call it a night. It's 8 o'clock, no OT. Hasta luego, everybody.
Aw, yeah. Thanks, everybody. Have a great, beautiful evening and stay dry out there.